dumped, or I should say, cooked. Oh my god, this episode from SpongeBob SquarePants sucks, and let me give you reasons why I hate the episode in my opinion. As the episode begins with SpongeBob and Gary playing tag, Patrick joins in and begins to get better acquainted with Gary. At the end of the day, Gary seems to want to spend time with Patrick a while longer, so SpongeBob agrees to let Gary have a sleepover at Patrick's house. The next morning, Gary is still reluctant to leave Patrick, who concludes that Gary wants to be with him permanently, and so claims him as his own pet. SpongeBob refuses to believe this, but when Gary is given the choice of who shall be his owner, Gary heads for Patrick. SpongeBob is heartbroken, and out of jealousy, he attempts to find a new pet to show Gary that he does not need a two-timing snail. First, SpongeBob gets Rex, a worm, and shows him off to Patrick and Gary. SpongeBob extols all the traits that make worms superior to snails, such as their loyalty. Rex promptly illustrates this by ignoring every trick command except stay and eventually completely abandoning SpongeBob and hitching a ride on a bus. Next, SpongeBob brings home Larry, a snail with a terrible temperament. SpongeBob bends over backward to accommodate Larry, but Larry's unceasing viciousness leaves SpongeBob to remain forlorn, forced to give up his own bed to the picky and greedy snail. And after failing to entertain Larry with a joke he said Gary loved, Larry probably completely abandoned SpongeBob like Rex did. Even the anatomically correct snail, Jerry, cannot fill the hole in SpongeBob's heart. Patrick, accompanied by Gary, stops by SpongeBob's house to do some laundry. In desperation, SpongeBob begs and pleads with Gary, offering him the privilege to do whatever he wants if he comes back. Patrick patronizingly tells SpongeBob to let it go, that Gary has already made his choice. Gary, meanwhile, crawls into the washing machine after Patrick throws his shorts in. SpongeBob and Patrick watch, and Patrick is angry that Gary apparently just likes him for his shorts. SpongeBob, however, realizes that all along Gary had only wanted the cookie that was in Patrick's pocket. Right after eating the cookie, Gary immediately returns to SpongeBob. As the episode ends with SpongeBob and Gary, now satiated and reunited, going outside for a walk, a heartbroken and devastated Patrick stares at the door and says, "Gary? I thought what we had was special, and these are the reasons why I hate this episode. So screw dumped, and screw gone. Tea at the Tree Dome is so many times better than dumped, so end of rant."